Bizarre Brain Comics. Oh, hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. And this time, I'm going to take a look at this one. This is Tragg and the Sky Gods, number 3. But before we get into that, I've been forgetting lately to plug my books. Here we have Bizarre Brain Comics Anthology. All my work with mostly some humor and with a little bit of adventure as well. And Bizarre Brain Comics presents Heroes, a little more of the mainstream. Got some superhero stuff and a little bit of horror and a western story as well. $7.99 each from Amazon, or you can also get them on Barnes & Noble online store and some other online book outlets. You can just Google the titles, and it'll bring them up. Thank you. So here we have Tragg and the Sky Gods. Of course, Tragg is one of the basically a triad of titles from Gold Key Comics that was created by Don Glut. So this book was created by and written by Don Glut. Dr. Spectre and Dagar, the Invincible, and then Tragg and the Sky Gods, and they were all three of those titles were interlinked, even though they're separated by centuries and millennia. And I enjoyed all three. Tragg didn't last quite as long. I don't know how many issues it lasted, but it wasn't many. I'm thinking 6 or 7 issues, if even that many. The others titles were all drawn by Jesse Santos, and Jesse Santos started on this one as well. But the pencils on this story are done by Dan Spiegle, but Jesse Santos, even though he's not credited, is apparently the inker because it looks just like his stuff. And Jesse Santos did this cover painting. He after the first few issues of the other two titles, he took over the cover painting duties on those as well. So Tragg and the Sky Gods. Now, this takes place. This is a prehistoric era, and the Sky Gods are aliens from another planet who have come to Earth. And at this point, they're trying to take it over. A generation before, some had come and done a little bit of genetic tinkering with the primitive humans at the time, and so apparently Tragg and now I've forgotten her name and his mate were genetically engineered and were apparently the first anatomically modern humans. Now there are a lot of scientific inaccuracies in this in this book because it has pterosaurs. I think had dinosaurs and stuff. There was one issue of Dagar in which he went through a time portal back to this time period, and he met Jarl, who is Tragg's brother, who is of a more primitive form, and there were dinosaurs there, and of course humans and playing fast and loose with all kinds of scientific stuff, but that doesn't hinder the enjoyment of reading the books. Even though, I mean, this is some pretty common stuff because, well, first of all, have the first anatomically modern humans, male and female. Well, he's blonde, or light brown, but on the cover he's blonde. She's a redhead, and they're both Caucasians. When we know that the earliest anatomically modern humans that we know of came from southern Africa, and were most likely black or at least darker complected than our than our Nordic looking characters here. And of course, dinosaurs had been extinct for 65 million years at that time. So, but and of course the rest of Tragg's tribe appeared to be either Neanderthals or possibly a Homo heidelbergensis. But that's your science lesson for today. Enough of that. Let's get into looking at this stuff. Okay, Tragg and the Sky Gods, number 3, 1975. Jesse Santos cover, Don Glut writer, and Dan Spiegle and Don Glut doing the artwork. And it starts with Slaves of Fire Mountain. And here is, at this point, Tragg and his mate, I've forgotten her name, we'll come across it later, they have been exiled from the tribe for being different. The what they call the Sky Gods have returned after a generation, and here is one of the tribesmen who has been mind controlled by these aliens, and he is passing on the word that they are supposed to worship these so-called Sky Gods as gods, these aliens as gods. I said, listen to me, Kor, your chieftain. Gorth speaks truth, because he's not being mind controlled, but he is. He's believing the hokum. But Jarl, this is Jarl, Tragg's brother. He knows better, and he goes off to where Tragg and company are living on their own to inform them. It says. And then our scene changes to Tragg and Lorne. That's her name, Lorne. And they are hunting and have one of these giant. These were like Dinotherium. Is that no? That's not right. Anyway, they're known as terror birds, and they were almost exclusively South America, and they did not come in contact with humans. But anyway, they're hunting that bird, because they're hungry, and then they have poultry for supper. Oh, then we have here we go, a Hostess comic page ad. This features the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. So it's some cute fun. It even has Daffy Duck. Oh, yeah. Okay. Jarn, that's his name, Jarn, appears, and he is informing them about stuff. So then they're going to take off, and they've got to warn the people. Meanwhile, here are two of the aliens, the Sky Gods, Zorek, who is the leader, and Kira, his second. And they're checking out this volcano, and they can use it. It is not in the stage of eruption or near to eruption at this point in time, and so they find the lava tubes and tunnels and stuff that appear can be used by them for their new headquarters, because while they are working on repairing their ship, but to do all this stuff, the tribe has come to them, and they are to be enslaved. Says, well, even there says, now serve us as slaves. Slaves? Tragg did speak truth. The Sky Gods are evil. No, Gak. And Gak runs off and gets zapped. Bzz, bzz. And the others are put to work quickly with many of the alien overseers. And here we see the alien ship, which is just a giant golden sphere. And there is Gak. He is not quite dead yet. They go to see him. He says, "Sky gods took them, Fire Mountain." To find out where the others are, and then he dies. He says, "He will not have died in vain." Here we see them carrying all kinds of equipment, setting stuff up. Now they're being attacked while they're sneaking up on the aliens. They're being attacked from above by pterosaurs, and it causes them to slip and slide, and they slide and fall. I know what that's like. Fall and are knocked unconscious and taken captive by the sky gods. Now, Mira the second, she has taken a liking to Tragg, but she does not like Lorne because, well, jealous type. And she is torn between loyalty to her people and her liking for Tragg. And Tragg and the others are put to work. And she wants to spare him. So, "Love me, Tragg, and the two of us will escape this place." He says, "I love another, Kira, and even if I did not, I could never love one so heartless as you." And that really ticks her off, and she increases the amount of work that Lorne has to do. And then the guard is there. But it gets to, while he is being extra rough on Lorne, Tragg springs at him, and he gets zapped with a stun ray. Ooh. Then, Zorak has the unconscious guy, Tragg, dragged off to his new under construction lab, and then Tragg awakens. He is strapped down on a table with some kind of gizmo being pointed at him, and this is like a devolvo ray, which there's no such thing as de-evolution, but and it will train it on Tragg, and gradually he will be turn into an ape. Well, Mira's not happy with that, and when she discovers that, and she secretly puts the equipment out of commission because this is very painful, and Tragg was being zapped. Then she comes up, comforts him, and Zorak spots him, and but she kind of covers. He's taken to be put back to work. He wakes up secretly, knocks the weapon out of the guard's hand, right into a pool of lava, and picks the guy up and threatens to throw him into the lava too. And they have him prisoner. Get all the tribesmen come along, get into another tunnel, and move a giant boulder in place as they are being hunted by the other guards, and that's their place to hide. But in that cavern that they're in, with another big lava pool, there comes a gigantic lizard, Phobosuchus, which is a giant lizard, kind of like a monitor lizard, and he's being threatened by it. Hit his apparently slid and fallen down in there, and it can't get out, and being hungry, they would make tasty morsels. The alien guard panics. He starts to climb up, and the critter is distracted by him and goes after him, and chump, he makes him a nice snack. While the others have gotten around behind him, behind the critter, and is trying to get farther back away from it, when kablamo! They've busted through the panel, the door, the boulder. The aliens have, and the guards come rushing in with Zorak and Mira, and so then the critter turns on them, and they have to zap, defend themselves, zap while Tragg and company try to get away. They find the cleft where the critter had apparently fallen in. They can climb out while the guards are being distracted by the lizard monster until it is finally defeated and falls into the pool of lava. Meanwhile, Tragg and all his tribesmen have gotten away. He and Lorne are safe, and they go their separate ways. The tribesmen now know that the sky gods are evil, not to be worshipped as gods, and they are free from Fire Mountain. Woo! Lots of fun. I really like Tragg and the Sky Gods. There aren't nearly as many. I only have a few issues, and I don't have as many as I would like. But it is a lot of fun. So that is what I have to share with you today. It's Tragg and the Sky Gods #3. 1975 from Gold Key Comics. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. Do leave your comments down below. Have you read any of Tragg and the Sky Gods or any of the other books by Don Glut and Jesse Santos? And tell me what you think of them as well. I've shown them many times here. So that is all. And remember, people, comics are art.